Hi, I'm Sabrina, and I'm 17. My mother and I lived in a small eco-village. There was no electricity or internet in it. None of the villagers kept in touch with the outside world. We sewed our own clothes and only ate what we grew ourselves. No fast food, can you imagine? Subscribe to the Private Diary channel if you're craving a juicy slice of pizza. Mom liked living like that, but I suspected she was keeping some sort of secret from me. Once a month, she took a handmade basket, picked some berries, and went somewhere. I tried to follow her to solve that mystery, but all my attempts at being sneaky failed. Everyone in our village seemed happy, and I felt like I didn't belong there. I was born with unusual hair, but Mom made me hide it under a cap. Everyone in our commune wore gray clothes. I was sick of it. I used flower petals to dye some fabric and create colorful outfits for myself. Of course, I only tried them on when I was alone. The elders would have been furious if they saw me in them. You're probably wondering how we ended up in such a strange place in the first place. To be honest, I didn't remember. All my childhood memories were about our life in the village. But as often is the case, a small incident triggered a chain of interesting events. One day, I saw tourists camping by the river. They were a couple of years older than me and looked like they were having a great time. And most importantly, they were beautiful. You should have seen how colorful their clothes were, and their hair too.
Are you guys seeing that weird girl too? What on earth is she wearing? Hey weirdo, do you know what century we're in?
Cliff, don't be so rude. Baby, get over here. Before I knew it, I was moving towards those cool guys. But then my mom suddenly grabbed me by the arm. Sabrina, you can't go there. Thoughts of those guys kept me awake at night. I wish I could be a part of their world. The candle flame hypnotized me, and memories of my childhood flashed through my mind. That adorable baby is me. Mom and I used to live in a house with a fountain and a small garden right next to it. We weren't struggling. The problem was that Mom couldn't be more negative if she tried.
These cartoons are too positive. Heed my words, Sabrina. The world is cruel and there is no place for joy in it.
Mom never played with me and acted like I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. Until one day, Grandma appeared on our doorstep.
I'm moving in with you to help you raise Sabrina. You're useless and it's obvious you need help.
Yay! Grandma's going to live with us!
Someone kill me.
Grandma adored me, but treated Mom coldly. At one point, I even started to feel like I was competing with Mom for Grandma's love.
Sabrina certainly got your beauty. We should go to a modeling agency so she could start building a career. What? Are you going blind in your old age? Sabrina isn't pretty. She's awkward and clumsy.
Of course, hearing that hurt, and that was just the beginning. Later that evening, Mom sneaked up to me with scissors and gave me an ugly haircut.
Great! No modeling agency will want you now.
My new hair made me look like an old broom. Grandma almost had a heart attack when she saw me the next morning.
What have you done? I was about to take Sabrina to a casting. What's the matter? Her hair is in vogue these days. I see what you're doing, but sooner or later Sabrina will find out the truth. You can't always keep her away from everyone, can't I? Thanks for the idea.
They kept shouting at each other until nightfall. I finally went to bed, and when I woke up, I realized Mom had carried me to our car when I was asleep. Where are we going?
Somewhere we can start over, honey.
And that's how we ended up in the eco-village. Those memories made my blood boil. Who gave Mom the right to deprive me of a normal life? In the morning, I came to breakfast with my hair down and in colorful clothes.
What are you wearing? Cover your hair now. The elders could throw us out if they saw you looking like this.
That's perfect. I can't wait to leave.
Why are you acting like this?
I want to live a normal life again.
You won't be happy if you go back.
You're saying that like I'm happy here. Mom, tell me honestly, why did you hate me when I was a kid?
I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. Don't you dare say such terrible things. I've always loved you.
That's not true. You treated me like dirt. Mom refused to explain anything and simply punished me for disobeying her.
Peel all these potatoes before it gets dark and never take your cap off again.
Sorry, Mom, but from now on, I'm living by my own rules. I ran away from the village and came to the place I'd seen those tourists. They had already packed their tents and were about to leave. Wait!
Oh, the weirdo's back.
Please give me a ride to the city.
What do we get out of it?
I don't have any money, but I could wash your car.
That's not enough. Dude, don't be a jerk. We should help her. What's your name?
Sabrina.
I'm Clayton. These are my friends. Hop in, Sabrina.
Why are you dressed like that? When I was a kid, Mom and I moved to an isolated eco-village, but now I want to go back to my grandmother. Oh, that's so cool! I wrote a paper about communities like that. After that, they told me about themselves. They were all art college students. Instead of living on campus, they were renting a house together. Soon, we arrived in the city. Clayton dropped off his friends and turned to me.
Where should I take you, Sabrina?
I was too young when we moved, and I don't remember our address. But I do remember there was a fountain with a dolphin statue in front of our house, and beautiful roses blooming under our window.
Nothing comes to mind, but let's try to find it.
We drove around town until it got dark, but couldn't find my childhood home. Thank you for everything, Clayton, but I don't want to be a bother. Stop the car here, please. I'll sleep on a bench and keep looking for Grandma in the morning.
Are you kidding me? How could I leave you when you need help? You're staying at our place tonight. Don't even try to argue with me.
I wondered what was safer, sleeping on the street or in a house full of strangers. The night city was bound to be dangerous, though, and Clayton had a friendly smile. I agreed to go with him. When we arrived at Clayton's house, his friends were having dinner, playing video games, and preparing for the exams there. Their house reminded me of our village. In both places, everyone had to share, but the atmosphere in the student's house was completely different. Everyone was having fun.
Does everyone remember Sabrina? So she's going to spend the night in our living room. Are you hungry? We're about to have dinner.
I'll lend you some cool clothes.
Oh, are we trying to turn the ugly duckling into a swan? Don't mind Cliff. He's not a bad guy, just a bit rude sometimes.
They were all unique and cool in different ways. I was on cloud 9. Living in that house was probably awesome. I loved it there. One of the girls gave me her clothes. After everyone went to their own rooms, Clayton and I were the only ones left in the living room.
I think you need to have a backup plan in case you don't find your grandma. You could go to the police.
No, they'd probably send me to an orphanage.
You're right. Let's Google it. Google is,
I know what Google is. I've used the internet. I wasn't born in the commune. Clayton asked me what my mom's name was and Googled her. Imagine our shock when we found out that before I was born, Mom used to be a famous model.
It says here she had to end her career due to pregnancy.
That's why Mom didn't like me. I ruined her life. Hello, baby. I got you a pie. Who the heck is she?
Don't get all worked out, baby. I'm just helping her find her grandmother. Sabrina, this is my girlfriend, Bridget. She's a student too, but she lives with her parents.
Please don't misunderstand. Clayton is like an older brother to me. Where did you get this basket? I don't know. Every month someone leaves a basket with berries in our porch. I probably have a secret admirer. It must be my mom. They make baskets like this in our eco-village.
Now that's suspicious. Let's visit your mother and ask her why she's doing it tomorrow.
My mom is stubborn as a mule, but we can try. In the morning, the three of us headed to the eco-village, but our plans changed when I suddenly saw my childhood home in the window. Clayton, stop the car! Luckily, Grandma still lived there and recognized me right away. Sabrina, look at you, my beautiful girl! We hugged for a long time, and then I told Grandma that Mom and I had been living in an eco-village after we left. I tried to find you, but the police were of no help. According to the law, your mother had the right to take you away.
Sabrina, you and your grandmother have a lot to catch up on. We'll get out of your hair. Let's go to your village some other day.
Okay, see you guys later. Is it true that Mom used to be a famous model?
It is, sweetie. Her career came to an end when she fell for your father. He wasn't right for her. I tried to convince her to break up with him, but she didn't listen to me, and our relationship was never the same after that. Your mother got pregnant, and your father ran off.
So Mom gave up on being a model to raise me?
That's right. But she had postpartum depression. Instead of trying to get better, she just ran away to that eco-village. It wasn't like that, Mom. How long have you been standing there? Long enough to hear your dirty lies. I knew I'd find my daughter here. Sabrina, we're leaving.
No, I want to stay with Grandmother.
Honey, she doesn't deserve your trust. All she ever wanted from me was money. She took me to a modeling agency when I was just a kid. When I grew up, she forbade me from getting married or having children so that nothing would distract me from my work. She even chased your father away. But I was already pregnant with you by that time and had to stop working anyway. Since she couldn't mooch off me anymore, she refused to help me raise you. However, she showed up as soon as she realized that you were beautiful and she could use you. I took you to the eco-village to spare you my sad fate.
Mom, I know I was too young for this conversation back then, but you could have told me everything when I got older.
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't have the guts for it. Your grandmother once made me do something terrible. Please, let's go back home.
No, I want to stay here.
Well, I guess you'll only realize how cruel this world can be if you make your own mistakes.
She left, disappointed. I was so shocked that I forgot to ask Mom why she was bringing Bridget baskets with berries. But living with Grandma was great.
Sabrina, I think you should make up for lost time.
Wow, should I go to a school and then to college like my new friends?
Even better.
I'll send you to a modeling agency. To be honest, I'd rather try my hand at being a designer. I often made unique outfits back in the village.
That's a profitable business too. There's a contest you could take part in. The prize money is good.
I'm in. A couple of days later, Clayton and Bridget came over. Are you ready to go to your village? Sorry, I'm too busy. I'm preparing for a designing competition. I want to get into your college.
We'll come cheer for you.
My stomach was in knots before the contest. The participants had to make outfits in front of the judges and the audience, but my friend's support gave me courage. I didn't doubt I would win until I saw my mother among the participants. What are you doing here?
I came to check up on you and find out more about this contest. Sabrina, your grandmother is just using you. You've got to believe me. If you win today, she'll stick to you like a leech and demand you make more money for her.
Mom, don't be so dramatic. Being a designer is my dream.
Then let's make a bet. If you win, I'll leave you alone. But if I win, you'll come home with me.
Sure. A minute later, we heard the signal, and everyone got down to business. I was confident in my abilities, but Mom was no slouch either. She was an excellent fashion expert and a good seamstress. Looking at her flawless creation, I realized that Mom was my biggest competitor. My dream was at stake. I did my best and won.
Congrats, Sabrina.
You're like a pro. I'm super impressed. These are my foster parents. They also came to cheer for you. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Speaking about parents, I need to talk to my mom.
You won fair and square. I'll keep my word and disappear from your life. Just promise me that you'll be careful with who you trust.
Okay, Mom. Before you go, tell me one last secret. Why are you bringing Bridget baskets full of berries?
You two know each other? Well, remember when I said your grandmother once made me do something terrible? Bridget is your older sister, honey. Mom forced me to give her up for adoption and pursue a modeling career. I've regretted that my whole life. I can't change the past, but I wanted to be involved in Bridget's life. Please, I beg you, don't tell her anything.
I felt so sorry for Mom that I almost burst into tears myself, and then I took her by the hand and brought her to my friends. Mom, these guys study together, share their joys and sorrows, and support each other. As long as friends like them exist, this world can't be all bad. It's full of possibilities. Can I stay here?
Of course you're staying, Sabrina. I'll take care of you. Don't touch me. You're terrible, and I won't make any money for you. Justice has finally prevailed. You should stay here and follow your dream.
Mom returned to the commune. She liked it there. I moved in with my new friends and started to prepare for college with their help. I also tried to find my father. Hi, I've been wondering for a while. Have you asked your mom why she keeps leaving those baskets on my porch? Oh, well, dang it. Do you think that I should tell Bridget that we're sisters? Or should I keep my promise and keep my mouth shut? Please, I need your advice.